Hi, everyone. We are LaChiMoLaLa.
LaChiMoLaLa.
And this is a performance review. Ooh, a performance, a live performance by, of course, our ultimates, BTS, at the American Music Awards 2021, when they won three, count them, three
Free.
awards. And they performed twice, including closing out the show with our favorite, Butter.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you, oh, this the AMAs was one of the best award shows this year,
Yes.
and they did a fantastic job. My universe was a little bit sketchy because they were kind of working out the sound system. JK
Yeah.
was like his mic was a little bit low, but turns out they were adjusting because the army was like going nuts.
I know, but I felt like that was it too, because I was like, oh, I can't hear them very well. And it's like, yeah, the sound guys don't realize how loud these people are going to scream.
Yeah, and so like on Twitter people were posting their performances and they sound great. So it's really cool when you see the fan cam stuff because you really get to see BTS in their element.
Yeah.
But when it's broadcasted, they kind of play with the sound a little bit. So
Yeah, we lost it a little bit there. I mean, it was still exciting because at least we got to hear how pumped everyone was who was watching. And that always makes me happy because you're like, yes, that's how I would be if I was there.
yeah, yeah. And but the sound was totally fine for Butter. I think they just realized what to do.
That's a problem with a live show, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You're kind of winging it in a weird way, even though you've done all the rehearsals.
yeah,
So I'm glad that they did Butter last because, like you said, then they managed to even all the kinks out.
yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm ready to watch this. Are you?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. My
Yes.
favorite song of 2021.
Yes, girl. Yes.
Ooh, their set is amazing.
I love this set. It's one of my favorite sets. I Can we talk about their clothes? They're so amazing.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. I'm obsessed with Beef Brooch. It's naughty and beautiful at the same time.
Yes.
And I love
And
this color of yellow on all of them. It's not like a,
it's not a bright yellow, it's like a mustard
yeah.
yellow. And Jin's jacket,
Oh,
coat,
cool.
I love it.
I love how they make them all similar but not the same. They each get to show their own style.
Yeah.
I love everyone who's enjoying it so much. It's so
Love it.
awesome. That was
Yes.
me, but in my living room.
Yeah, me too.
JK's glasses are adorable too.
Yes.
Oh, those pockets.
I
Those
love those
JK and
pockets.
Jimin. Yes, those
Yes.
pockets are amazing.
And I love how like the projection is beginning to transition from like a bright yellow to like orangey.
Yeah.
You did a really good job with the set.
And I love how it's just like dripping butter in the back. It's amazing.
Oh, look at Joey McIntyre. Ah, I love it.
And I love how they kept the main choreography but changed it a little bit for the space.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Sugar's such a good dancer. He's so
Yes.
underappreciated.
I know. Ah,
And I love that they went out.
yes.
I love that Sugar yelled hate us.
Mhm.
So cute.
Yes. And
And
I
then,
love
oh,
the
that
army.
transition is amazing.
Love it. Ah,
I love this.
yes, it's so good. They're having so much fun on stage.
You can't help but have fun because they enjoy it so much. Ooh, I love RM's jacket too. But
It's
he's got
very
like white and like half white, half yellow.
yeah, it's like ombre.
Yes.
Ah! Okay,
Ah,
let's talk about how excited they are to perform this live for the first time in front of an audience and army. They have been waiting for such a long time for this moment to, come to fruition. Like seriously, like they've been waiting so long. We all know that they've been through like a lot of mental mental anxiety and stuff like that because they're singers, they're singers slash performers, and they couldn't do it for 2 years,
yeah.
and that took a toll on them,
Even though they're creatives who write their own stuff, that's not the whole story. Writing a song, you're supposed to take it all the way. You write it, you record it, you perform it. So if
Yeah.
you miss one of those steps, it doesn't feel real, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you could tell, like, from this performance by itself, that they're just really happy to perform again. Like their energy was there,
Yes, they're
like,
so amped up. It's so like this is the end of the night. You'd think they would be like tired, but they are so ready to go. And
yeah.
at this point, they've won a bunch of awards. I mean, it really couldn't be any better.
Yeah. And I mean, they won Artist of the Year, their
Yes.
first Asian act, to win Artist of the Year, and that's just amazing. It's
Yeah.
like I mean, it took a while, but I'm really glad that they won the award. Like they
Yeah.
should have won it, like, I personally think, like, years ago, like,
Yes. But it's definitely a testament to what a monster year they've had, which, like you said, in a year where no one's been able to perform, to tour.
mm-hmm.
And they've still managed to make a huge impact from halfway around the world.
Yeah, it's insane, like, what they can do, and so yeah, so we love the song clearly,
Oh
so
my gosh. Ugh. I mean, every performance of this song we have loved. Every remix, every time they do one, we're like, this one's the best one. No, this one's the best one.
yeah, yeah,
But there was so much to love. I mean, putting the song aside, the song's amazing. Everyone knows it.
yeah,
There was so much to love about this particular stage because of how they use the projections, how they use the floor, like you said, how they transitioned with the colors, and when it's getting orange and then red and then the purple comes and it's like, I love how it looks like it's dripping. It just feels very, it's crazy because when you think about it, it's actually kind of plain. It's just a stage with some sides, but all the projections do all the work. They don't need any sets, and that way they can do everything that they like to do, which is run around and dance and have the space and freedom to do that.
yeah. And having the right set, like, just amplifies, like, your music,
Mhm.
when you're performing. And in this case, I felt like it did, like, 100-fold, like, even if they sang without the projection, like, we know the energy is there, it'd still be good, but I mean, in conjunction with their suits and the set, it's
It like
like,
magnifies everything.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does, and I really, really, really like the projection, like how it was handled. Like in the beginning sequence, you see, like, a big heart and it's coming down very slowly, which is like kind of like dripping butter, right?
Yes.
And so, like, a
I
big
love that
heart,
logo. It's so cool.
it's so cute, so huge, so grand, and then you get that little cartoon of, like, butter, like, boiling, and
Dripping,
they're
literally dripping into
like
like a giant vat of more butter. Just butter
yeah,
on butter on butter.
and it's like, yeah, yeah, really, and it's like hot, and the song is hot, so metaphorically, I just see it like that, and the color transitions were great, like, you got the bright yellow background, but then they don't really, even though their suits were not bright yellow, they were kind of like a dark mustard color, like
Mhm.
they didn't blend into, like, the projection. I don't
Which
think
is
it did.
smart. Which is smart. Yeah, they picked a different shade. And actually the shade they're wearing is a lot more like flattering. You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
bright highlighter yellow doesn't really look good on everyone, although I mean it probably would look good on them. Everything looks good on them. But in general, it's not super flattering.
Yeah.
So they managed to make themselves stand out, but also, you know, it's better for their appearance.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's their clothes, like I thought all suited them perfectly, like individually. I remember there was a performance with Jin before. I believe it was the XM radio performance with Butter, where I did have an issue with like his clothing because I thought it was too big on him. Like I knew it was like he had like broad shoulders and stuff like that, but I'm like, okay, the stylist that day could have like find something better, you know. But the
I remember
performance was
because that
still
same performance wasn't that the one where RM's shirt was a little too short and he kept having to pull it down while they were
yes.
dancing. Yeah, they were just like it seemed like they hadn't had enough time to get fitted properly for those.
Yeah.
But they obviously took the time for this. So thank
Yeah.
you, stylists.
I know, thank you. Yeah, this one, like it was perfect. Like even like Jin's coat and everything, I felt like it was fitted and tailored to him as it should be.
Right.
Um,
And when the performer doesn't have to worry about stuff like that, they can just focus on what they love to do and what they
yeah,
do best
yeah,
instead of being distracted by like, I keep showing my stomach, or this coat's gonna fall off any minute if I keep turning. You
yeah.
know, it kind of brings them out of it and they have to handle too many things at once, you know?
Yeah, and can you tell that my favorite outfit is actually Jin's outfit because like I keep
Right.
talking about it because like I just love how it flowed on him too while he was singing and jumping around and stuff like that. It just worked really well. Like all the other guys too had like really cool outfits as well. Like V, I like you said, like the brooch
I love
on
it.
yeah,
It's
that
so gorgeous. It's like it's a actual piece of art. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. And I love Suga's like kind of like shirt that was semi turtleneck but not really, you know,
Mhm.
like it was like really up here. Yeah, so and RM's like ombre type of like it was like a
Yeah, his blazer.
yeah, it was like pinstripe too, you know,
Yeah.
but it was very different, you know, and it was really fun, you know, like their
Yeah, and
outfits were
JK
fun.
has like those cool glasses and like yeah, everyone has like a little something that's a nod to their individuality.
Yeah,
Which is really cool. And you think, I mean, Jin's basically wearing a trench coat. You'd
yeah,
think a trench coat's a bad idea. This is a dancing song, but to your point, it felt light, it felt airy, it moved well.
yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, I mean, my eyes were like just looking at him like as he was like moving around and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, for a coat, it's
Doing a lot.
it's yeah, it's doing a lot, but then like wearing a normal pea coat, like I feel like it's heavy, you know,
Hmm.
like it's hard to dance in, but it just looked really good on him.
Yeah,
So
it did.
yeah. But yeah, this like I love the set, like going back to the set, like towards the end. Um, if you're not army, you wouldn't understand this, you know, but we're army and we understand it. But the heart flipped to the purple heart. Purple is their color, you know, like that's their thing, you know.
It's how they say I love you.
Yeah, pretty much, you know, I purple you, Bordahe, you know, but also I love that they had the army logo on there too. So we always talk about this when we talk about BTS, but they always remember army in some sort of way, you know, like it's they don't have to shout it out loud from the top of their lungs.
Even though they say it directly in this song.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But you're right. We always feel included, honestly, to the point where sometimes I feel like we're a part of the band. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like we are always in their thoughts and they are always trying to do something that they think we will enjoy. Which is amazing because they're still artists who need to create when they feel inspired, but they feel inspired by us and it's mutual.
yeah, yeah. And that yeah, that part of the production set, like I really loved it, you know, and
Right when that happened, weren't you like the first time I saw it, I like squealed.
yeah, yeah,
Because again, like you said, it's like it's not over the top, but it's kind of like a wink and a nod to Army being like, we see you, we love you, thank you.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the color contrast too with their mustard outfits versus the
Yeah. So then they really like pop out.
Yeah, it really popped and it was fantastic. And I thought the choreography for this one, like, well, their movements, like, oh, you could tell that they practice this over and over and over again. Not to say that they haven't before, that's not what I'm saying, but like, I felt like it was because they were so amped up about it. Like, their movements were a lot like, um, bold is not the word that I'm looking for, but
I was
more,
thinking like crisp.
yeah, more crisp and more powerful,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So if you compare like this butter performance to like, oh, I don't know, I can't think of one right now, but I have like maybe the XM radio one,
Yeah.
like
I
it.
mean, it's so different performing in front of a live audience, the energy that you get from them, the give and take, as opposed to production, who, of course, is like loving it, but that's 20 people. This is what, 2,000 people? I
Yeah,
mean, it's a huge difference, and they must be feeling that. I mean, they're literally almost dancing on top of them and they're screaming how much they love them. So you can't help but like be really energized by that kind of thing being thrown at you, by that. I mean, energy is, I guess, the only word.
yeah, yeah. And I think from the V Live that they had, JK was talking about like, oh, normally like after we perform Butter, like we get pretty tired, but this time around they weren't, like they said like it's the energy, it's the
Mhm.
audience, like Army like gave them that energy to like, not feel tired, like they want to keep
Exactly.
doing
It
more.
probably felt like instead of draining, like a huge accomplishment, like they probably wanted to do another song, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They would,
wish they would have.
yeah, they so would have been ready for it, quite honestly,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite performances for sure.
Me too. This, I mean, I know we say it every time, but this one is really, it's just the joy of it. It's so fun because they're having so much fun. We're having so much fun. They're noticing we're having so much fun. We're noticing they're having so much, it's just like, it just feels like such a love fest
Yeah,
that you can't help but smile and dance along.
yeah, exactly. This this is so good. Like I'm
It's so
so
sad.
happy for them.
I
They're
know. It's funny. One of the best things about being Army is like you get happy when they're happy. They're happy when we're happy and vice versa. It really is a very interesting symbiotic relationship. I've never been in a fandom like that before, where
yeah,
like just seeing them enjoying themselves makes me enjoy myself.
yeah,
So getting to get out in the world and do all of this really makes me feel like I'm about to be able to do the same thing, and it's made me the most hopeful since the whole craziness began.
yeah.
So I just feel like so jazzed and energized, and I cannot wait to see them in person. And I love this song so much. This
Yeah.
song's going to be at the top of my playlist for many years to come.
I think so for me too. Like not I think so, I know so. So all right. So thank you so much for watching our video. So if you like our video, please like, share, and subscribe. And we are
La
LaChiMoLaLa.
chimolala.
And we will see you guys for the next one. Thank you.
안녕.